really worthy of a video. So before I start grinding out today, I want to go ahead and go over the NBA Infinite developer questions and answers. So I got coffee here. I'm just gonna take a couple sips. Wake up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna be reading over everything here. All right, so here are the questions that a lot of us were asking the developers. They did answer a good amount of questions that we wanted to know. They dodged a lot of questions too. So here we go. When can we when can we expect to see new players and retired players? So the March update will feature new star players, including Wembanyama. So yes, we're getting Wembanyama in March. That's why I told you guys to save your tickets because you might want Wembanyama and you might not have tickets for him because you spent them all. Then you're gonna be scrounging for money to buy Wembanyama. So also besides Wembanyama, retired players are also progressively being developed. The research and development team is currently busy creating and fine-tuning new stars. What does this mean? This means the possibilities are endless. We might get my Westbrook, Allen Iverson. If they don't put Allen Iverson in this game, I am going to be so upset. They have an event going on. I think it's in a week or two where they're gonna talk to people and see what they think. So hopefully I get to talk with them for an hour and a half and just tell them what I want to see in the game. Hopefully I get chosen for that. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing new players. We get Wembanyama next, let's say like in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks we're gonna be getting Wembanyama. So I'm excited for that patch coming. So save your tickets for Wembanyama if you want them, and whoever else comes. Why can people be rewarded for bad defense? For example, being able to quickly jump to block a shot and then get back on defense after jumping. So their answer was, in this game, after you've done an ankle breaker, it's best to immediately shoot and finish. Oh, what's up, Kami? So if you take too long on defense, if you take too long to get your shot, the defense will catch up. They're saying there's room for defense optimization and adjustments are continuously being made. During the soft launch period, our defense was stronger, but in the global launch, we've made adjustments, weakening the auto follow defense and enhancing the impact on blocks and dunks. Optimizations will continue to be made. So I've noticed this myself. I noticed that people just holding the defense button, their defense has gotten a lot weaker. You can no longer just hold down the defense button and stick to your man. That's not happening. You have to hold the defense button down with the right hand, and then with the left hand, you have to follow where you think the person is going to go, following the ball. If you don't do that, you're going to get cooked. Do you plan on bringing 2v2, 1v1, and 3-point contests to ranked? Their answer was, we are considering adding 2v2 and 1v1 ranked and 3-point contest ranked. But we will continue to observe the possibility of another rank mode. Having too many ranking systems may disperse everyone's attention and bring more ranking pressure to players. I think this is a cop-out. Of course, they want to add something to the game. It would require a lot of work for them to do so. They do have somewhat of a valid point, but this is more of a PR response saying, yeah, we're thinking about it. We might add something. I low-key don't think they will add anything. They might add a special type of 3v3 mode or something like that. They might do something, but realistically, I don't think they're gonna add anything crazy that already isn't in the game. 2v2 will be crazy. It really would be crazy. I would like to see that. Someone asked, please add better top-up rewards to make it easier to upgrade characters for people who want to spend a lot of money on the game. Their answer to this was, this is pending discussion. We need to consider how to address the issue of paid enhancements in the US appropriately. Essentially, all content in our game can be acquired for free. Spending money within the game merely helps players obtain new content and experiences more quickly. We encourage everyone to spend within their means and consume rationally. Another PR answer, more BS because everything in this game is overpriced. I can't believe somebody would ask a question like this. Everything already costs too much money. I think Giannis is between $35 and $70 for one card. Why would somebody pay the full price of a retail game for that? Basically, when they say we need to consider how to address the issue of paid enhancements in the US. What that means is they don't know how much to charge us. They're not too familiar with what people are spending on video games, so they're just testing the water, seeing what the hell we'll spend on shit, and then they're going to adjust their prices accordingly. For example, if we stop spending money, they might try to incentivize us to spend money. But if we're spending a shit ton of money for fucking pennies, they're gonna keep giving us pennies because we're already giving them what they want. So we really should not be spending money on anything that costs more than the legacy pass, the monthly pass, the MVP pass, anything with the word pass in it you can buy. Anything else you shouldn't buy because you're just encouraging their terrible behavior. What are your actions or plans to improve the ping latency for each server? Their answer was, please stay tuned for our patch notes. We will keep working on this issue. Yeah, so there's not much information here on terms of uh, enhancing the connection, so to speak. But there are things you can do on your side to enhance your connection. You can use Wi-Fi 5G instead of 2.4G. That will get you a way less laggy connection. Or you can play using an emulator like LD Player and play with a computer that's hardwired into your router or connected or internetworked with your router. Like it's no Wi-Fi, nothing. Like either like a straight cable going from your computer to the modem or a home plug adapter kit, also called the power line kit, which if you live in a big house or if you live in with your family or something like that and you can't run a cord to the router, you can buy a home plug adapter power line kit. It's the same thing. You can either search for home plug or power line adapter. You get that, you plug one up next to the AC outlet next to the router. The other one goes in your room and boom, you have a direct connection to get the most connection speed you possibly can. Now it's not perfect, but it will give you the lowest ping to the servers. And if you're lagging, chances are everyone else is lagging, like the whole server is lagging. It's not the Wi-Fi because a lot of the time people are lagging because of their Wi-Fi and not the servers. Yeah, the servers are slow, but your Wi-Fi is slow too, and they both add up to make it even slower. Will there be new basketball? Will there be new basketball courts to play in? Yes, we are getting basketball courts. There's more information. I'll be going over that later. Will there be a fix for blocking shots? So they already patched this like 2 to 3 days ago. But this is their answer. Blocking is significantly correlated with a player's abilities and characteristics. Requiring certain skills and learning, we have observed that among more experienced players, the success rate of blocking closely aligns with our design expectations. However, among novice players, the success rate is indeed lower. We continue to monitor this, but from the initial design intent of this feature, we aim for blocking to be a skill-based ability that requires ongoing learning and practice to master. I feel like they're full of shit. They're 1,000,000% full of shit because if blocking was in line with where you wanted it to be, you would not have patched it 2 days ago. How could you have enough data to make this determination in 2 days? The game has been out for weeks, and then all of a sudden you do a patch, and now everything just is automatically where you want. No, they're full of shit. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Point blank. They're working on it, and that's the truth. They're working on it. They're making improvements to it, but shit is not where they planned for it to be. Otherwise, you wouldn't have just patched it 2 days ago. Are there plans for NBA Infinite to come out to PlayStation, Xbox, Switch? If yes, is there a predicted release date? Not planned at this time. Yeah, because they lose money. You have to pay PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch a percentage of all the money that you're getting out of them. Why would they port to those consoles for? They don't even I highly, highly, highly doubt they have the developer manpower for that. This company would have to get extremely successful and then not be greedy and want to keep all the money but invest it back into the game. And an answer like this that says not planned at this time, that totally gives me bad vibes that where their direction is at for this question anyways, but we'll see. Why was the pre-registration above 1 million, but there's barely 200 legends and you can barely get a match? Basically, the guy is complaining that at the top of rank, there's so few people that there's no one to play with. Well, that's what you get for sweating the game out and playing it nonstop and getting to max rank. What do you expect? Everybody to play the game as much as you do? The game's been out for 2 weeks and you're at the max rank of the game. That takes very long to do. Of course you're going to be by yourself, and why should you get to play against people that suck just to stroke your ego? Play a normal game. If you want to play the game for fun, play a normal game. You're already max rank. Why does it matter? Like, you did this to yourself. Once you get to max rank, you don't have nobody else to play with. Create another account and get that account to max rank. Now you have two accounts that are max rank. Oh, you spent money and now you don't have that money in the new account? Well, too damn bad. Well, this is a good one. Will you add controller support? I wanted to know this. I'm pretty sure a lot of people wanted to know this. There are plans for this, but it may result in controller players only being matched with other controller players. Which could impact everyone's matchmaking experience. We are considering this. So I don't like that. I like the answer and I don't like the answer. Controller support will get a lot more players, make the game a lot more popular, but punishing people for not playing with the touchscreen and ruining their matchmaking, it's kind of annoying, to say the least. How many people have controllers, anyways? And then that's not gonna change the fact that people are gonna be using emulators and going up against touchscreen players, anyways. Hey, what's up, tacos? Will there be new offense and defense tactics in the future? Can you guys please add a tactics tutorial? Sometimes the tactics don't work and allow AI to screen the off-ball player. Their future version will introduce new tactical content for the Dynasty mode, offering players more options for their offense. So basically, between now and June, we're gonna get a patch for Dynasty mode. Exactly, exactly. I want there to be controller support, but I don't want to not be able to play with people who don't I don't want to be able to not play with my friends that don't have controllers, for example. Not everyone has a controller, especially iPhone users. Like any of my friends that play on iPhone, I can't play with them. And I don't think these Chinese companies really think that shit through. But I digress. It's okay. But actually, going back, I do have another point for the controller support. It's like they're fine with pay to win players having an advantage over non pay to win players, but they're not fine with people who spend their money to get a controller to pay to win. That's destroying the matchmaking experience. But you letting play to win players play with free to play players, that doesn't destroy the matchmaking experience at all. Like, pick a side, guys. Pick a side. That's why I really dislike that. I think it's disingenuous. I don't think the people are really thinking before they answer their questions. Will you implement a button to ask a teammate to switch who we're defending? Yeah, like to call out a switch, it would be nice. And I think we should have asked them, can we get the defend button to defend against people that aren't our designated man? Because it's like if I call a switch, then the other person should be able to defend my man. As it stands, you can't D up another person's man, which makes the defense button useless 2/3 of the time. If the ball is not in your man's hand, but you want to D up the guy that you're covering, you really can't. So in the current, it's currently in the planning stages, and it is expected to be part of the May version. So yes, we're getting a March version and a May version. Uh, I'll talk more about the May version in a couple slides. Would you guys add team up chat and trading chat in the game? Team chat is already available, but we prefer not to enable peer-to-peer trading among players to avoid potential disagreements and issues. I don't know why people think we can trade directly with people in this game. They're all scammers. Can we have a small green window on wide open shots to guarantee our shots? This is a whole bunch of bullshit. I'm not going to read it. Essentially, what they're saying is they're looking into it. They understand the fact that people missing wide open green shots that are perfectly timed is very frustrating, and they're working on it. That's all. That's the only answer that they're really giving us, and it's pretty annoying. Are you planning on rebalancing the stats? Essentially, that's what they do. I don't know how often they report on who they're nerfing and who they're buffing, but I take it ballers that do too good will get nerfed, and ballers that do too bad will get buffed. So over time, things that are really good are going to become bad, and things that are bad are probably going to become acceptable, essentially. Is there a better way to deal with, or could there be a patch fixing double screens? We are monitoring the development and changes of this situation. The use of elevator doors tactic has been prohibited in real NBA, and we will continue to observe because there's no way they can really enforce this. Really. Why can dunks never miss but a wide open shot from 7? This is actually my question. I can tell by the way I put it. Why can dunks never miss but a wide open shot 7 feet from the basket misses so often that I'd rather not risk shooting open jump shots at all? Regarding the situation where open shots do not score, missing a shot after getting open is frustrating. We are developing a feature aimed at improving the incidence of missed open shots, intended to make the rewards for open shots similar to those for dunks. Yeah. So I know everybody is getting sold on shots, but they're looking into that. Well, this is another one of my questions, and I asked this question before the block patch because after the block patch, I played 400 games with Paul George and got virtually no blocks over those 400 games. And then I go over to Kyrie and after the block patch, and I got 2 blocks in one day. I'm like, this is what was supposed to be happening since I've been playing this game, and I have not been blocking nobody. So will shots ever become blockable? I've played over 400 games and haven't gotten a block on a jumper yet. Shots can be blocked, but to successfully block an opponent in the game, it requires not only precise timing but also choosing players with strong blocking abilities to more easily accomplish blocks. The answer sucks because they said, yeah, it's possible for you to block with a short point guard, even if you perfectly time it, but it's probably not going to happen unless you're using somebody that's tall like Brook Lopez or Anthony Davis, because you know they're working on the blocks. When will the intercept feature be implemented in the game? Intercepting is stealing the ball while it's being passed in the air to an enemy or whatever. So it's already in the game, but it's very hard for people to actually do it. And their answer is, we have completed the initial development of the interception mechanism, but it has not met our expectations in terms of animation performance. Additionally, we need to consider the impact of introducing interceptions on the overall game environment. We will expedite the production and debugging process to implement it in the game as soon as possible. So I don't even really understand it. I thought it was in the game. I don't know if this makes it sound like it's not in the game. I've never seen anybody successfully intercept, but it seems like it may or may not be in the game. They're saying they're trying to implement it. So to me, from reading it again, it looks like it's not in the game. I would assume it's not in the game because I've never seen anyone intercept a shot anyways. I make one shot which is in the blue range of the meter and I miss wide open shot. Why does that happen and how do I shoot with the meter so it's a better shot? This is the same. We're all asking the same question over and over and over again, and it's the same answer. I asked a question similar to this. What are some of the future club gameplay things y'all are working on? New club features will enable more interaction among club members and introduce various levels and points for clubs, leading to more rewards and social opportunities. Make layups better. Slightly contested layups should still be just about free, especially when defenders are jumping for no reason or a defender is on the ground. We plan to strengthen it. So according to this, layups are getting a buff, which means Derrick Rose is getting a buff because Derrick Rose's entire package is layups, and that's why he sucks ass. Because your double pump never goes in, your layup never goes in. If you put Derrick Rose right now and you go to the practice court and you do 10 double pump layups, you'll probably make 7 or 8 of them wide open by yourself on the court, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's gonna get buffed. All right, so this guy is complaining about why should people grind for Hall of Fame when the rewards are trash. They're saying, well, optimize and adjust the rewards because the rewards are somewhat trash for the effort you put in, except the 10 tickets. Will the wish list for Star Standard banner change or will it always be just the same starter legends? And this is me. I tried to tell you guys to save your tickets, save your tickets, save your tickets, save your tickets. If you're not going for Giannis, Ja Morant, you're not going for Zion or anybody, you're supposed to be saving those tickets. You can spend the infinite tickets, that's what they're meant for. All the other tickets, you should be hoarding those for your ideal wish list characters because it's a limited resource. And the answer is yes, it will change based on in-game events. Our next in-game event is in March. That's this month. Yeah, March is today. So in 3 weeks, we'll be seeing Wembanyama and possibly Kyrie, I hope, but only Wembanyama's confirmed. So here, how does the pre-order system work? All right, I'll sum this down. Most of us know how the pre-order works. The main part of this is if multiple pre-orders are placed at the same price, they will be processed in the order they were made. If the prices differ, priority will be given to the order with the highest price. What does this mean? This means that if you are aware of the time and date when the price is set to go up on a card, because I'm still trying to figure this out, but when you figure that out and you place that order, that max price order first, you will get priority. And that's the secret to getting Anthony Davis, legendary Curry, legendary anybody, is putting in a max order the second that the server goes live. But this is information that I'm still trying to find out. Would help me get Kyrie for sure. After this, are we getting new sets of free players or not? Team Infinite event will end after you. Okay, so this is a Team Infinite thing. When you start the game, they give you 14 days worth of free cards. After that, you're not getting anything anymore. They're not going to give you free shit forever. They give you stuff to get you into the game, but after that, you're on your own. And you're getting 100 gems a day, 200 gems a day, maybe 300 gems a day, depending on what legacy pack or whatever you got. And you're going to be starving for resources once they stop giving them to you. So manage your resources wisely. Will there be special versions of a player that already exists in the game, like MVP? Yes, in the future there are plans to launch cards featuring the peak years of NBA stars and legendary cards of retired players. So we're probably going to get Jordan. We're probably going to get Kobe. Definitely. I want Iverson. All right, more about the March. What should I do with gems, bro? I have 8K. If there's nobody that you want right now, hold on to them. Uh, if you want let's say you want legendary Kevin Durant or you want legendary Curry. We know for a fact that that guy is expensive. He's not gonna be in the 50 tick pack. He's gonna be in the 200 ticket pack, the one that costs 200 gems. So you wanna stock up on your star studdeds because eventually the legendary Curry and the legendary Kevin Durant, they're going to show up in the star-studded pool. And you're going to need 30 of them just to guarantee a legendary. And it may or may not be the one that you put on the wish list. So you're going to need at least 60. Let me pull out a calculator to answer your question. We're going to go with the calculator. 200 gems times, let's say, 60. Let's say you're going to get 2 legendaries out that pack. You're gonna need 1,200 gems. So you don't even have enough gems right now to you have 50. Hold on to those tickets and then use your gems to get even more star-studded tickets and just stock them up. Just stock them up. That way, when legendary Curry, legendary Kevin Durant comes out, you can actually pull over and over and over and over. You can pull so many times that you'll have a really high overall. You won't have like a rank 2 or rank 3. You can have a rank 4 or 5 legendary. You're going to have what everybody wants because you saved your tickets. And let's do some more math. All right, let's bring ChatGPT into this. We're going to ask ChatGPT some questions. If 200 diamonds equals 1 ticket, and 1 ticket and 30 it takes 30 tickets for a 1 out of 3 chance to get the special legendary. How many diamonds and or tickets would you need to get, let's say 8 special legendaries? You would need 48,000 diamonds, 48,000 diamonds, or 240 tickets. So you have 50. You need 240, and this is why you save. This is exactly why you save your tickets, because you might have a lot, but you need a ton more, and they don't really clearly explain this to you at all. They don't. You have to really break it down yourself, and you'll see. You'll see. There's more questions in here that reflect that they don't want to give you the information you need to make the right decision. Here's the question. Look, they hold my question. I asked, can we get the exact percentages for our draw chances on cards that are under 1%? 1% is under 1% is not a good enough description for us to make educated decisions on whether or not to consume our tickets when we don't understand what our actual chances are of getting the thing that we're shooting for. It's disingenuous. I shouldn't have to use advanced formulas to calculate the draw rate for all the under 1% in a pool. I basically had to use Chat GPT to help me calculate the rarity of drawing Kyrie out of a pack, and it was absurdly low. And they basically said this will be considered in the future. They didn't even want to answer my question. Hey, what's up, Kai? Oh, you getting bored of the game? You know what? Low key, the game is like somewhat boring. And you know what? I'm gonna talk to the devs. Hopefully they let me in on that case study because they're doing case studies all next week. I think it's next week. Yeah, like in like 8 or 9 days. And I'm gonna tell them that they need to make this game fun. They can't make the game fun if all the fun stuff costs money. Like the special effects, the special clothes, all of it costs $20, $30. Like the game, if you bought everything in the game, you would be spending like $3,000 or $4,000. That's not fun, and that's not gonna retain people. So I will let them know because you can make things cost money and still you can get your money from the player without screwing them up. Like right now you have whales and you have free to play and you have dolphins and there's not enough content for the dolphins. There's tons of content for the people with limitless cash. There's a decent amount of content for people with no money because they're used to grinding shit out anyway. But the person that wants to spend $30 a month, $20 a month, $15 a month, he doesn't really have any options outside of the MVP pass. The MVP pass is pretty decent, but you're not getting any of the cool like shot effects or nothing like that. The shot effect alone that I want, the comet, I really want that, but it's like $17, $18 for just a special effect on my when I shoot a shot. And you get that for free in 2K. Like, come on, you can get that with VC. You should be able to earn stuff. They literally just said you can get anything, you can earn anything in the game except the cosmetics. They didn't add that, oh, you can't get the cosmetics in the game. So it's very, very frustrating. And I will definitely if I get the chance to talk to the developers or the research and development team, I will definitely tell them the same shit that everybody's telling me and the same shit that I think. Wait a minute, that can't be the end of the slide. Oh yeah, that's the end of the slide. Okay, so I know some people came in late, so I'm gonna go over a couple of other things that weren't here. That wasn't well. Anyways, back to the beginning. When can we expect to see new players and retired players? The March update will feature Wembanyama. So we're getting Wembanyama in March. It's confirmed. In 3 weeks, we're getting Wembanyama. Retired players are also being developed. They're not telling us which ones. I'm hoping for Westbrook, Iverson, and Kobe. We'll see about that. This is a useless question. Useless question. They're working on a lag. Will there be no courts to play in? Yes. For the May patch, we're getting a new court and it's gonna be on the beach. The new court on the beach is the one that's actually in the NBA Infinite trailer. If you watch the NBA Infinite trailer, there's basketball on a beach, but then you come to the game and you don't see no beach. They've already developed it, but that's coming in the March patch. This game might be boring right now, but you got to give them time because, like I've been saying, this game is a beta. This game is not a finished product. It's a beta right now, and they're even admitting that this current launch is technically a soft launch. They're doing their global launch, I think, in March, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Are there any plans for NBA Infinite to come out on consoles? No. What else? Are they adding controller support? Yes, they are adding controller support. And the iOS players really need this. Android players already got controller support. You just need a keyboard wrapper or a key mapper. But iOS players are completely out of luck. We're desperate. We need a controller support. I want to go back to playing on a controller. on my iPhone. Oh yeah, let me go back. This is a question that I didn't go over. And this is very big because they nerfed the defense button. Just holding down the defense button alone is a lot worse than it used to be a couple days ago. When you hold down the defense button, the auto follow mechanism is a lot slower. So I'm going to go over the question and then explain it some more. Why can people be rewarded for bad defense, i.e., jumping for a pump fake hezzy? Why can they be able to land quickly and run back to the defender and then get back on defense so quickly? And then their answer is, well, after you've done ankle breaker, you have to finish and shoot immediately to take advantage. If you take too long, the defense will catch up. My interpretation of this is part of the skill in crossing someone up is also realizing you crossed them up fast enough to press the shot button as quickly as possible to get your shot off. Now they're saying there is room for defense optimizations and adjustments, which are continuously being made. During the soft launch period, our defense was super strong, but in the global launch, we're making adjustments, weakening the auto follow defense and enhancing the impact on blocking dunks. They're nerfing dunks and they're nerfing the defense button. Optimizations will continue to be made. You can no longer hold down the defense button and just defend that way because the guy is going to sprint in the other direction and you're going to lose them because they made it crap now. So that's very important. You have to follow your man using your left stick while holding down the defense button, which makes it a little bit more challenging. Auto follow was OP. They nerfed it. They nerfed it to the ground. They absolutely nerfed it to the ground. All right. Is there anything else that I need to go over from the Q&A? I think that's it.